Hello, how you doing?
Hello, is this Dazzle?
Yeah, it's Dazzle.
Yes, how you doing? I want to know if I can book a reading or if you're available for a reading.
Yes, always. What's on your mind?
Okay, so I think my baby father's sleeping with the girl next door.
What?
And yes, because she always looking at me funny. She never really speak. But every time I'm with him, it's like she speak and be giggly, like doing this like a side eye thing. I think it's like a woman's intuition thing. He say I'm tripping, but I know I'm not. She don't do nothing for me, nothing for my kids. And the other day, I found like a Gucci receipt in his armrest, and just coincidentally, she had like some
Alright, we're
Gucci
gonna
shoes.
figure. Hey, hello, how you doing today?
Hi, how you doing? This is Mr. Mike. I'm trying to reach Dazzle.
Oh, I'm Dazzle. What's up? What can I help you with?
I got a party to say that you do readings, right? I got this situation. This bitch of mine, she been ghosting me, and then she come answer the door. One naked was my man walking out the door, telling me, what's up?
What?
Hey, how about that shit?
Alright, well, we're gonna do a reading on that because that sounds bad.
And then she told me that they ain't do that for her.
They ain't do nothing.
She lying, ain't she?
Well, we're gonna figure it out. I'm about to pull out these cards. Let's get into it. All right.
All right.
So
All right.
sit still. Let me shuffle my deck, and we're gonna figure it out. Hello, everybody. It's your girl Dazzle from DazzleDattarot, and I am back for a live conversation. I got my girl Vibe with AD with me from Chataholics Radio. She may not be able to say anything right now. I don't know if she's ready to say anything right now, but yeah, when she's go ahead. You ready? I don't think she's ready yet. Okay, so anyway, like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified of when I upload and when I go live. And if you have a oh damn girl, if you would like a private reading, all you have to do is go into the description box. Everything is down there. All right, so I didn't push myself out the algorithm, y'all. So if you guys come past, please give me my like and my view so I can get back into the algorithm of things, right? So last time you saw me, I was out here trying to knuck and buck and ready to fight, right? And it messed up everything, right? It messed up my whole flow, my whole feng shui and stuff. I had to get right with God. You know what I'm saying? So I'm back, and I had to scrap some thoughts, some projects, some creative things, and I'll get back to it. But today we're going to be talking about the P. Diddy trial that just started. They're on day 2, and so far a male escort and Cassie has not decided, but they've been brought up to testify, right? And the stuff that I've heard out their mouths and I've seen is freaking crazy, okay? This is some juicy stuff. This is some Zane-worthy things, okay? This is talking about Alpha Phi Ephem, the coldest winter ever. What else? Sex Chronicles. It's giving all that good S, right? So, picture this. You got Cassie. That's probably like 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever. And she's a model, she's, trying to network and stuff. She ended up coming across Diddy and things of that nature, and they end up doing stuff, right? They end up getting close, whatever. Then, Diddy brings up that, about what he like. He like group sex, and he like voyeurism. You know what I'm saying? And she like, well, I'd rather do it than anybody else do it. I don't want nobody else to do it. Okay? Because, she don't want nobody to be in competition with her. You know what I'm saying? Because she really like him or whatever. So, yeah, she doing it. Right? But it's so freaking crazy. Because now it's like the prosecution and the defense are battling over whether this was just domestic violence, a kinky couple going through domestic violence, or was it really sex trafficking, kidnapping, and racketeering things like that. So they're trying to battle that out. And from what I heard from 2 days straight, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm under the thought that some of this stuff was consensual and other things were not. I feel like some stuff with P. Diddy, I feel like when drugs and domestic violence get involved, it's crazy. Okay, it's nothing wrong with having a sexual experience and trying new things. But what goes crazy is when drugs are involved and when domestic violence get involved and when being controlling gets involved. So I don't know where this is going to go. I hope, where's AD girl? Where is she at? I think she's still on mute. Okay, I'm waiting on her to get off mute, y'all. But yeah, but I'm not trying to say too. I'm saying a lot, but I'm trying to wait till she get off mute so I can sit there and really talk about the step-by-step stuff. But it was crazy because, well, I'll just say some stuff. It's crazy because the male escort that, that they had on the stand, right? He did talk about how he met Cassie. And he was she went through his agency, I guess. And he was supposed to have been basically doing a strip number at a bachelorette party. He show up and Cassie is in this red number, in this red lingerie, beautifulest woman he ever seen, right? And she got the money. And she like, well, I don't really. Oh, what's in the private chat? Oh, she stepped down. Let me see something. Oh, I'm waiting on her. Oh, she having technical issues with the sound. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. Cause I'm waiting on her to come up, y'all. Hold on. Let me go ahead and send her the little link. Okay. I'm gonna tell her to enter the StreamYard. Yeah. So I'm waiting on her, right? I'm waiting on my guest. So basically, she's like, well, it's not a bachelorette party or whatever. But my husband, it's my birthday, and I don't know if she said husband or her dude. He wants me to enjoy myself. So if you want to, if you're down. So he was like, I'm down. And basically, they did it the first time. It was over quick, because he was overexcited, whatever. It was quick. So he leave. And then she called him not too long afterwards, and was basically saying he can come back. And you know what I'm saying? She wanted a D pic because she said it was the biggest ping she ever seen. So basically he come back and they do it again. Now, mind you, they were doing these freak offs a lot, right? So the freak offs was basically, I was really thinking it was all these people. It was like one of those P. Diddy white parties and all these celebrities and everything else are all having sex and things like that. Just curious why she didn't release 10 albums from Bad Boy Records. I'm curious too. I think it's because she was busy doing the freak off. It went from her being signed to having, being signed and being supposed to be, releasing these albums to now she's just with Diddy and, he's not really taking her seriously, if you ask me. He's using her. She became an object instead of a person. So I wonder with him. Matter of fact, she probably still binded by that contract. You never know. Yeah, that's probably why she hasn't made music with anybody else. The only song I know is You and Me. I've been waiting. Think I want to make a move. See, that's the only song I know, girl. I ain't know the other one. But yeah, and then he was talking about how it was too much. Okay, it was way too much. So then he was talking about how, damn, I should have wrote some stuff down, but I'm doing it my thought. Then he was talking about how, you know, they end up actually being close. I mean, close enough. I mean, she would, you know, he would even ask her what she doing with P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, he kind of liked her like that. And it was even one time she was in the room, and I guess she was on the laptop, and P. Diddy told her to come in or whatever. And I guess she didn't exit out of stuff fast enough. So she was like, hold on, wait. And P. Diddy threw a bottle at her and basically beat her up. And she ran into the escort arms or whatever. And basically, when she ran into his arms and, you know, on his lap, they got the kissing and then they got the, you know, doing the do. And basically, P. Diddy was looking and shit and liking what he was seeing. You said, I know her ex-boyfriend, Ryan, tried to warn her about Diddy. He's a player. Okay, so, AD, you back? Can you hear?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, so this is
Yay,
my
okay.
girl, Bob with AD, y'all.
Hey y'all, welcome to DAZZLE. And yes, this is AD from Chataholics Radio. Y'all go follow me on my YouTube. And make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button for Dazzle.
Thank you so much. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that
Yes,
notification
y'all.
bell.
Follow, share.
Yeah, but okay, so with Ryan, no, here's the other T though. Ryan was what? I think at least 5 or more years older than Cassie. And Cassie was on that stand acting like, you know, she didn't know what oral meant when P. Diddy wanted to do oral on her, right? So he went down on her, but she didn't go down on him. And she was like, she didn't know what it meant. Right?
And Cassie didn't know, or one of the
Yeah,
other.
Cassie was like 19, 20, 21, 22, within that age group. But she was messing with an older guy.
Right. She was
Right?
messing with Ryan Leslie.
Yeah, before P. Diddy. So
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this. Do you think she was honest about when she said she didn't know what it meant for him to go down? Like, that was her first time getting oral from a guy?
It's possible it was the first time, but as far as not knowing what it meant, that I don't believe. I feel like she knew what it meant. I knew what it meant before I was even able to, you know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, but you never know how people grew up. So I'm not going to say that she's lying, but I feel like she knew. Now, whether she's had it happen to her before that, I don't know.
And then there was the other part where, you know, here's the other part. Because she would actually, you know, schedule some of the meetings. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would actually do some of that too. She would actually contact these male escorts as well. And I think she also understand, if I'm correct, said that she didn't know that that was considered prostitution. Like, it was illegal.
To contact the other people to like get on
No,
their
to
lifestyle.
actually contact these male escorts and pay for sexual things.
That is because it's a different name. So some people would look at it like, well, they're escorts. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're out here prostituting. You get what I'm saying?
I
But
mean, but if you
at that
pay,
at that age, I feel like she should have known that it wasn't something that, you know, normal people or normal couples are into. You know what I mean?
but she said she didn't know that it was illegal to pay escorts for sex.
For sex. Well, we gotta.
Okay, so I'm just pointing out certain stuff, but then I'm also
Yeah.
pointing out the fact that she, in her testimony as well, she also was like, she felt she didn't want to do the freak offs. She was just doing it because basically she loved P. Diddy.
Yeah, she wanted to please him.
She felt dirty doing the freak offs. But see, a lot of times, like, the thing is, a lot of times, like, she would do it with these guys, and then, like, he'll make the guys, like, well, not make, she would ask, right? So it wasn't like she wasn't participating in whatever's going on. No. She was asking these dudes to do certain things. So
That she was willingly asking them. I feel
yes,
like any,
like
yes. I feel like she was with it in the beginning. I mean, you in this
Yeah.
lifestyle now, you introduced to these big names, and you with P. Diddy. Before all of these allegations and all this stuff started happening, P. Diddy was a big name, known, literally known everywhere. So it's like, okay, I'm talking to this huge celebrity. You know what I'm saying? And they want me to partake in their lifestyle. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and do it because I want to be a part of this lifestyle. So I feel like in the beginning she probably was willing, but after a while it comes to a point where it's like, okay, this is beginning to be too
You
much.
know what I think it started changing?
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's what I was talking about. Whereas, though, is one thing, because to be honest with you, here's the conflicting thing with the first male escort and her testimony. His testimony, what I got was that they were swingers. They were both participating. I mean, not like okay, P. Diddy was doing his voyeur thing, right? And initially he'd be like, he'd keep his face covered and stuff, like, trying to be, undercover with it, right? But then after a while, he showed his face. But he would be in the cut, watching, jerking off, probably adjusting the camera or something like that. But, after a while, when they got comfortable with this escort, she wanted to be peed on, right? So when he initially did it, he did it like he was really taking a pee in the bathroom. And her and P. Diddy was like, no, that's not how you do it, right? So basically they coached them through how to pee on, how to preserve the pee, like squirt it a little bit. Let me rub it over my body. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that. Like things like that. So they were actually, as a unit, pretty much in control of the situation. Right. It didn't look like that, right? Mm-hmm. But then I do feel like you said, I do feel like it was all cool at first because remember, like I said, she didn't want someone else to do it. She wanted to be the one to do it because she wanted to be with him, right? So, but she know that what she won't do, another woman will do, basically. So my whole thing is,
you gotta remember, my bad to cut you off, but you gotta remember too that when she started dating him, he was still with Kim Porter.
So I don't know if that's gonna come up in cross-examination because I did hear that she was pretty much not the best person with Kim Porter. She was the other woman. She thought it was all to me, I'm thinking about it like, how the other woman, believe whatever they want to believe. So she probably could have believed that Kim Porter just wasn't woman enough for him or wasn't doing the things that he really wanted to do. You know how the other woman, come up with that thought. So for me, I kind of feel like Cassie was with it. The abuse got to be too much. Like the hitting and stuff. If he wasn't hitting her and roughing her up and treating her like that, they would have been doing free calls and having a good time with each other.
Absolutely. Because too, when you think about it, a lot of celebrities in the industry are, have that open their open relationships, open marriages. Just look at Will and Jada. And not to say that they were actually doing it together, but a lot of them have that kind of dynamic. So, I don't put it past that if it wasn't abuse involved, she probably still would be, down for him. But I don't know. I don't know about the whole how this freak off is
and then didn't you think it would be more than what it was? Like now that we're here and we get to see what they got.
Yeah.
Didn't you think it was supposed to be some all white party with all these people and everybody's fucking everybody and they got this. No, but I'm just saying. They said all this was gonna be in the federal trial.
Yeah.
But really, it is actually the trial is actually, is all built upon Cassie's testimony. That's what I'm getting from that. Like basically his close girlfriend's testimony, her and another person, right? So I'm like, what happened to all these other people? Where's Allie Carter in this? I thought
She
Allie Carter
is
was on the table.
missing. She's missing right now. So there's someone had posted about trying to figure out where she is. So they're saying a lot of the witnesses are like quiet right now. Although people are coming out to testify against him, a lot of the people that were speaking out before are very quiet. And Ali Carter is supposedly missing. So no one knows where she is right now.
But wouldn't she want to like be a witness or like be involved? And I thought truth tellers and people who really want people to be exposed, shouldn't she be in the courtroom with a picture of her on the table with food and stuff on top of her, like she said she was being served?
I would assume so. And you know what's funny about the food situation? So with what's his name? Kanye. So Kanye had a birthday party and they definitely did have naked women with the food on them being served at his birthday party.
But those
While
are
his daughter was
models,
there,
they
mind
do
you,
that.
serving sushi off of her.
But the whole time you have models that literally do that.
That's true.
So my whole thing is, why is Ali Carter not at the P. Diddy trial with a big picture of her being on the table being served with food?
That's a great question. The same thing I have about Jaguar, right? Where is she?
Oh, she's at the trial, but guess what? She's with media, social media, because a lot of YouTubers and stuff went up there. So she's part of media.
But she's supposedly been there while a lot of stuff was going on.
Oh, somebody said, why are you bringing Ali into this mess? You know why? Because she said P. Diddy did it to her, didn't she? This is not her fight. Yes, it is. It is her fight.
She definitely had a lot to say. I will say
you
that.
said grow up. She need to grow down and go down to the trial, girl. What are you talking about? How you mad at me? Nah, Ali Carter need to be there. Ali Carter need to be there. Who else? Where's all the other victims? Lamisha, the one that said she was swimming with mermaids, need to be there.
The same way all these women came out about what was going on with R. Kelly. And if you know what I mean, I feel like if something was really going on with them, and I'm not displaying or downplaying nobody's
grow
story.
up. Like, hold on, wait. I am not letting her get away with this. AD, why should she not be there?
It's a great question. I feel like she should be there. She had a lot to say about it. She was doing lives and all of that. I mean, I don't know.
Like, for real, she should be there. And as an advocate of child sex trafficking, like she said he was doing, what do you mean? She said she said P. Diddy did something to her. You said much bigger fish to fry. Oh, God. But an injustice one place is an injustice all places. If she was unjustly, SA'd and trafficked by the diddler, and the diddler is doing that to other children, to not speak up as a whistleblower. Nah, but y'all said it was. To not speak up as a whistleblower says a lot about you. Am I lying, AD?
That is all I'll say is she definitely did a lot of live videos because I was actually watching some. She was all over TikTok at one point. She was all over YouTube at one point. And so it's kind of like you would definitely expect somebody who's claiming to be a victim, you know what I mean, to want to speak out about it.
Yeah, and then they was like, it's not about child sex trafficking, right? But the whole time, y'all act like it was, didn't it? What about the underground tunnels? How come the FBI don't know about it? How come they not indicting him on trafficking in the underground tunnels?
Could it be that they do know about it? And
I mean, but if they really want to make a solid case, this would be a good time to say something, ain't it?
Well, maybe they already have things going on with that one, right? Because they said that, from what I hear, when they raided his house, that they found
Yeah.
the videos and the tapes and all of these things, right?
Yeah.
Now, mind you, if they found all of that and found it quickly, I'm pretty sure they know about these tunnels. And that ain't the only
Yeah.
tunnel.
So
The fact that it's under his house, there's multiple tunnels, and they all end
so
up
if
under
they're gonna
multiple
play,
tunnels.
if you know they're gonna play these tapes that they found at his house, right? So my whole thing is, if they don't mind exposing the tapes, how come if I'm really trying to get him hooked on trafficking and RICO charges, why wouldn't I talk about the tunnels and the child trafficking if I have proof that it is actually happening as the DA? Doesn't make sense.
It's like, make it make sense.
It don't make sense.
For me, I do kind of feel like if I'm,
And Allie need to worry about her mammy and her sister. Her sister
they
said,
said,
no, because Allie Carter's sister said that the white lady who's her mama, who is her quote unquote adopted mama, be having Allie drugged up, and whole time she be sitting there in the bathroom with Allie and stuff, and they be looking weird. Whole time they're bull daggers. They're daggers. Janet, they're daggers. They're gay and they're grifters. That's what's the problem. And the whole time, the person who needs to be locked up is Allie Carter's adopted mama. That's T. But yeah, anyway, Allie Carter ain't show up, girl. Ain't nobody show up. All the people that said that Diddy did it to him didn't show up, girl. But
there is more time in the trial, though. You think that they could possibly pop out before the trial is over?
I hope they do. All of them. Why not? If it's any time to talk about it, right now it's a good time to bring it up and talk about it.
Now is the time.
Like, I'll be sure, right? Now, I'll be sure
yeah.
he's coming out with a book. Right? And basically, he did an interview. Now, not too long ago, when he did that Surviving P. Diddy drink, he outright said that he feel like P. Diddy tried to unalive him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that, even though I don't necessarily not believe him, I don't necessarily not believe anybody, to be honest. I just trying to feel like if it's an inconsistency, I'm gonna say something about it.
Right.
To be honest, like, if you already then publicly said that you feel like P. Diddy tried to unalive you, why go on a news station and try to dance around the question?
He kind of admitted to it on one of the shows that he was on. I don't know if it was the same show or the same station that you was talking about, but he was on one of the shows, and they asked him, they said, so do you think Diddy was involved with trying to, or Diddy was involved with sending him to the hospital? And he said, yes, he do believe so. Some people feel
that
like,
was on the Surviving. I'm talking about the recent interview he did.
Yes, the most recent one.
He never actually said that P. Diddy tried to unalive him. He asserted it in one thing and danced around it in another. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why not? Like, why is it that, like, am I tripping?
Well, some people say that because his book is coming out, they feel like that he's trying to promote and sell his book and use all of this for clout. Now, my opinion on this, I feel like Diddy definitely had something involved. I feel like he was involved, maybe not firsthand taking place and doing it, but I definitely feel like he was involved. I also feel like he was involved with unaliving Kim Porter. For
sure.
I
feel like that too. I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like that. I feel like that.
There's a lot of evidence pointing to that. And
her sister said that. Her sister said that on, I believe, King Payne's show, the official King Payne show, when he interviewed Allie Carter's actual biological sister. She said that. Yeah. She said that things got weird. Matter of fact, let me be more technical. Let me be verbatim. Mm-hmm. She was actually with Allie and stuff, right? And the thing is, it's like Allie would go into the bathroom with Shelly, right? And then come out disoriented a little bit. Like she drugged her. You know how handlers drug people, drugged her, right? And then she felt like it was inappropriate the way that Shelly was handling Allie, as far as you got to be in the bathroom while she naked in the tub or some shit. Y'all got to sleep with each other. It's weird shit. And then Shelly do look like a little bull dagger. Shelly do look like a lesbian. Are you serious? You don't think her mama look like an old lesbian? But that's what her sister was alluding to. So if you mad at me, be mad at her sister. If her mama wanna fuck Shelly up. But if you go on King World's, or if you go to King World's channel, and if you go on the official King Payne's channel, Allie Carter's biological mama and her other sister was on King World's channel. And then Allie Carter's other sister, who talked about her time spent with Allie and Shelly, is on the official King Payne channel. So both was alluding to that and alluding to some stuff allegedly that, if we just gonna be honest, if we're talking about the real people who was being predatory, the white lady that's considered her mama is a little predatory, if you ask me.
Why you think she's predatory?
It's off topic, but when Allie Carter was with her mom, right? Her mom, started doing okay for herself enough to get a home, right? Her home was located by a youth. What is it when you're an orphan and stuff, like a youth halfway house or some shit like that? And Allie Carter started getting involved with these kids, right? But in the midst of her getting involved with these kids, Shelly actually was working at that place, right? So Shelly ended up getting involved with Allie, right? And it got to a point where Allie started being unhealthily around Shelly. And see, the thing is, Shelly's an adult, right? So before you start doing stuff with a child, you're supposed to be talking to her fucking mother. Okay? And it did get to a point where, Allie started making false allegations, right? So it sounded like she was being coached by Shelly, because Allie didn't like the fact that her mama was strict. She couldn't do nothing. She couldn't go nowhere. And her mommy really didn't like the fact that she was around there hanging with them delinquents, who she called her tribe. Okay? And she didn't like that this grown-ass lady was fixated on her child. And then after a while, Shelly started helping Allie make up lies about her daddy. Yeah. And then it got to the point where Allie lied and said her daddy raped her. And so she got her mama basically in trouble with CPS, and they took the kids, and the whole time it was a false allegation. So now Allie was all up in fucking what is that shit called? What is it called? You gotta help me out, AD. What is it called when the kid is in the system?
But CPS?
And they end up going from they gotta be adopted or something like that, and they have you know what I'm talking about. Now I'm sitting here lost for words.
I'm trying to.
But you know what I'm talking about. She went from house to house basically, and every house she went to, she'll have an issue. She'll find the issue, and to the point that they wouldn't let her. I mean, at this point, the only person where she wanted to go was motherfucking foster kid. The only place that at this point, because it was something with everybody, and the whole time they feel like Shelly was coaching her on how to make it appear like every foster home she went to was a problem, and to the point that they just said, Shelly, you can have her.
So she basically wanted to have custody of her. That was the thing.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing though. Then Allie Carter became a age. How can you adopt somebody that's of age? That's legally of age.
I felt like that about. Okay, this is a little.
Because
That's
it's
funny.
weird,
It's funny that
right?
you said
It's
that.
like
Get down, get down.
you're adopting a grown ass woman.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that
Legally.
you're saying that because you remember. Now, this is a little off topic, but it's still on topic. You remember how on Love and Hip Hop, and I don't know which season
Yeah,
this
that's
was,
crazy.
but where Yandy was supposedly adopting some grown woman. The girl was like in her 20s. And she was supposedly adopting her. Oh, this is my mom, and Mendici's gonna be my new dad, type ish, and da da da. I always found that to be weird. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's very
No,
weird. How
hold
can
on,
you adopt
Janet.
someone
It
as a
don't
baby?
matter who's watching my channel because you're watching my channel. So thank you for the view. Oh, she got mad as hell. She was like, "Oh," she was mad as shit.
I mean, but we're all entitled to our own opinions. You know what
But
I mean?
I
So
don't
if you
know
don't
why we
like it,
mad.
hey. But
I
we're
mean,
all entitled to our own opinions. So the way that I feel,
yeah.
or the way that I'm thinking, somebody else may not be thinking. You can't be mad about that.
Oh yeah, you can adopt people though. I remember, like, I remember. Yeah, you still are if you had to reply. But no, I'm really talking shit, just talk shit. But yeah, so I remember it was an ad, it was this little thing, and it was like this little ad. Remember the newspapers? It was an older person who wanted to be adopted, and they put it in the newspaper.
What, like an elderly person?
Yeah, they put it in the newspaper. Oh no, what? Oh, okay. So it's two things. I was talking about Ali Carter, right? Because I was trying to figure out why Ali Carter was not as a truth teller there so far at the P. Diddy trial, and I feel like she should be, and she should be, really like advocating for people whose voices have been silent. She says that she's a child trafficking advocate, and she accused P. Diddy of child trafficking her and other children. So at this trial, me being a protester and against the system and the advocate and things like that, I feel like she should be there with a poster with the pictures of the things that he did to her and the things that he did to other children. But unfortunately, all of a sudden, this is the second time Ali disappeared. And then now you have someone named Janet that's upset. But I'm just saying that it's so funny that these people online that swear to God P. Diddy did something to them, they're not at this trial. They're not really advocating. They're quiet right now, and it's weird. What do you think?
I think it's weird. I also do kind of feel like sometimes people might be. No, all right, I'll put it this way because I was going to say some people are scared to speak out. However, for those that have already been speaking out, maybe they just feel like they don't want to be there. No, they don't. It's not that they should or that they it's mandatory that they have to be there and things like that. But maybe they just feel like they just don't want to be there. Now, for other people, they probably just are scared now that it's really like what I mean, coming to a head.
Yeah,
Maybe scared and just
yeah.
don't want to.
I don't know, girl. I just feel like it's weird. They said is Ali
I,
supposed to be missing? It's supposed to be the
right, that's
witness
what
they
they're
can't
saying that she's
find.
missing, huh?
They said is she the missing witness? See, that's a storyline right
Yeah,
there.
she's the missing witness right now. From what they're saying, she's supposedly missing. So
And maybe she's the witness that's missing. But it's weird though. It's very weird. But like I said, like I kind of feel like with um P. Diddy, the whole thing, it feel like their case is really built around the witnesses, the very few witnesses that they are gonna have. And Cassie is the star witness. So I feel like they're gonna be actually talking to her at least not just for today. I think it's going to be a long, drawn out process of, testimony with the cross examination and stuff. And I know she's pregnant too, but they said she looked really beautiful pregnant.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I saw the picture of her in the belly. I said, "Wait a minute, she's pregnant." And then, so see, this can be. It's a. When I was pregnant, I was very, very emotional. So for her to have to go through this trial and relive it again nationally for like the second or third time, I know that it's a burden on her. But her husband is very, very supportive, and I love that about them.
Okay, but I'm gonna ask you this though. Now let's make it into real world things.
Sure.
Do you feel like it went like this? And I think it's kind of repetitive, but I kind of feel like it really went like this. You know how you meet somebody, right? And it's like you're attracted to them, you like them and stuff, but then you realize that they want to do the sex was the forefront.
Mm,
Like when I mean by like the sex is the forefront, and I think that like sometimes like women would do that, right, in order to connect with their spouse, with a person that they want to be with, right? So I kind of do feel like, in a way, based on real life experience, she probably was sitting there really doing stuff because, and mind you, P. Diddy is a busy man. So the time that they did have together, that's what that was, right? So she had to build a bond in a relationship based around freak offs.
you feel like he's her rebound after coming out of such a dramatic situation?
No,
That
I'm talking about P. Diddy. I'm talking about the fact that I feel like, that's the way, I think she used the freak offs as a way to connect with him because he was
yeah.
leading with sex.
Yep. I
So
definitely feel like that.
because they would do, because it would be rounds, right?
Mhm.
So he would get her to do the freak off, right? I mean, to have sex with the escort, and then here's the other thing: they were telling the escorts to come in her or come on her, right?
Mhm.
And you wouldn't get all your money unless you actually came in or on her.
And perform and perform the way that they want you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then they'll leave you in the room, and then they'll go to another room, and they'll do their own thing, and then
Mhm.
come back, and then she'll do something else with you, right? So then the other detail of it is that the escort will come on her or come in her, and basically when they in the other room, he will want her to either push it out or take it and rub it on his nipples or some shit.
Yes, I seen that. He was very freaked out, right?
Oh, he was
When
freaking
all the
freaking.
details was coming out. I mean, the case itself is sad, but these details, man,
And then
you
whole
can't
time
help but laugh about
it sound like a all right. So okay, fuck it. I watch Pornhub, right? So I be watching Pornhub.
it.
So I know a Pornhub scene when I when I hear one. Okay, so he will make her like she will be after they done lavished each other down with baby oil and stuff. She'll lavish, the escort down with baby oil, and she'll be like giving them a blowjob. But the whole time, the dude in the background, the Pornhub stuff. The dude in the background be like, "How you like that D? How you like that D? It's big, ain't it? Look in the camera."
Yeah, that was Diddy.
Like
Take
it's
that, take
big and
that.
she'll be like, oh, yeah, yeah. She'll be like, yeah, right. And then he'll come behind her, and then they'll do like some double penetration type stuff, run a train or something, all types of stuff like that. And I'm like, this sound like something. And then whole time, now here's the part where Cassie gonna be in trouble at, right? Because I ain't gonna lie. Diddy's defense is that they were swingers. They had domestic violence, but they were swingers.
Yeah.
So the minute that Cassie said that Diddy was like, he told her what he was into, he said he was into swinging.
Mm-hmm. But she was young. She did admit. She said that
And
in one of the statements. She said, "I was young, and I was definitely a willing participant and wanted to do these things for him." Is what she was saying.
Yeah,
So,
but I mean that's what most swingers do. They do it for their
mhm,
partners and for themselves, but they do it for their partners. And
mhm.
Cassie did have a lot of leeway as far as picking out some dude. Like, I'm sorry, she made sure that dude came back. She said you had the biggest dick I ever seen.
She also said in one of the statements that they asked her, they said, well, did you want to do these freak offs with him? And she was like, yes, because, she loved him and she wanted to be with him. These were like those times where
And
she
she
was
didn't
with
want
him.
someone else to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna ask you this. So who was she competing with?
The other women, celebrity women, or whoever he's putting into her head, like, oh, I could leave you any day for anybody,
I don't know. Was it that Asian girl that was fighting with Young Miami?
Ah, I think she was around during that time as well. I have some questions though regarding Young Miami because she's been very quiet when all this Diddy stuff is going on. She's been super super quiet,
I mean, y'all know
and
already drug her. I mean, she might as well stay quiet.
mm, she's
The
been
media
very
drug her for
quiet.
show, especially when no. What happened was sealed her fate, and she was not lying. Now that the tea is coming out, she said she liked golden showers, which means that she was down for the golden showers with Diddy.
She was down for it. Not only was she
And then
down for it, she was recruiting women for him too.
yeah, and then she told the Asian girl that he was dating that I make Diddy make you eat me out.
And then come to find out, they actually became cool after a while. Like you see that. Well, I'll put it this way: I think they were cool in the beginning, but then when it started seeming like maybe Diddy was taking more of a liking to Young Miami than the other girl, then she
Hold
started
on,
seeing some problems.
no. AD, you missing something. Was they fucking? They was cool in the beginning. Now don't lie. Don't lie. Don't lie. Now females. They must have been bulldagging and dyking for Diddy.
Yes, I believe that to be true.
They was
I
all
definitely
on
do.
pink cocaine. I'm trying to tell you. Remember
Yes.
that time I was telling you what I think that was going on at the parties? I
Hmm.
think that they had the damn silver platter with some pink cocaine, and Young Miami and the Asian girl was snorting that stuff and doing stuff in front of Diddy. And Diddy had the damn camera, and he was like, "Put the baby oil on. It puts the oil on the baby." No, but nah. But I don't know though. So
I mean, all right. So if you look at the show Young Miami had, and I ain't gonna hold you, the show was very interesting. She definitely
mhm.
got away with a podcast, but if you look at the show, a lot of the celebrity women that she would bring on there, you would see her flirting with them. So I don't put it past her that she probably was into it. Definitely into it. As far as the pink cocaine, yeah, and y'all let the barbs come for me, bro.
Oh
Because
no.
Nicki Minaj made a post about pink cocaine. Well, not a post, but she made a song referencing pink cocaine in one of her
Well,
songs.
she was on pink cocaine at 1.2, so allegedly. So
Hmm.
whatever. But
And Young
nah.
Miami was supposedly a runner for him.
But Cassie said she was on all types of drugs. But the whole time though, Cassie, if you remember, Cassie's husband did have to take her to rehab. And also Cassie was with her family one day visiting family, and she had,
Hmm.
actually snapped on somebody and told them that she was gonna kill them.
Mm.
But it's the drugs. So
Yeah.
I think that the problem is when you mix abuse with drugs,
Hmm.
that's when sex don't look like sex anymore. It look
Right.
abusive,
Yeah.
especially when you're controlling as well. So that's a problem that he gonna have to have. Like I did do a reading that said he did everything they said he did. So I'm not negating that he ain't do nothing. Nah, nigga, you did something. But but I can see where it was participation. That's all I was saying.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. That's hilarious. So wait, all right. So you say you did a reading. Are you going to do a reading tonight? Are you going to pull any
I mean, I
cards?
don't know. I don't know. Nobody asked me to. I mean, I was feeling this stuff. I'm just getting back to my zen. I'm a little crazy and stuff. I was around here Girl, I was horrible. I was a little devil and stuff. And now I'm back to being grown. You was like, nah, because not everybody's seen that live I did, because I made sure I put it down, because I'm like, I am a Christian. I am a lady. I'm not going to put this up.
That's her. I had to mute it.
I was like, I am a woman. I am a self-respectable woman, and I am not going to put up the fact that I was going to dog walk a bitch. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, speaking of, I don't need to read on that. There's another female victim coming out other than Cassie. But we got to get through Cassie's testimony. Cassie's not the only one. There's Cassie, there's a female, and there's like another male escort or something like that. You heard that, right? Now, on the civil suits, we're going to get on the civil suits after the fact. Because, yeah, the civil suits, it's a whole bunch of people. I mean, everybody and their mama, child. Yeah, my grandma got a civil suit at this point.
I heard that there was a guy that was on his stands. I think he was on the stands today.
Yeah. It was a male escort the first day. Now it's Cassie the second day. And after Cassie, I believe there's another female coming.
Yeah.
But
it's crazy. They have videos, and I want to post some of this stuff to my channel. I want to post some of these videos. I'm gonna give some of this stuff to Dazzle as well to post for y'all. But I want to post some of this stuff to my channel because I have a lot of videos and a lot of stuff regarding.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you this, AD, because I know, right? Mm-hmm. I know what's been going on, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all, AD has her own civil suits against P. Diddy, and you guys are gonna see it.
Come check it out.
Her, P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and Freeway.
That's interesting.
What about the guys as well too? Okay, let me see something. Let me just go ahead on the X girl. Let me see y'all. Let me let y'all see me. Hey y'all, this is me. Hello. Okay, I use the Afro Goddess Tarot, right? This is new for me. You was like, what about, will there be other women speaking up? Well, technically, I'm answering that, to be honest. It is going to be other women speaking up because it is another female witness that's going to be taking a stand. So, yes, other women, right? But that's for the criminal stuff. But as far as the civil suits, there's lots of women. I'm going to be having a civil suit. AD got a civil suit. My grandma got a civil suit. Who else got a civil suit? Tweety got a civil suit. Look. I think Orange got a civil suit too. Everybody, look. Diddy did it to all everybody. Shit.
Not with Freeway though. Come on now. Where did he come from?
He the one that told you get in the car.
Damn.
All right, well, let's see. Will there be more women coming out? I already know there's another female witness, but we'll just talk about what's coming up as far as the female witnesses. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Six of Swords in reverse, 3 of Swords in reverse, Son of Cups. Okay, so it's 3 big witnesses, right? Okay, 3 testimonies that's going to be the problem, right? You hear me, AD?
Yes, I can hear you. My bad, y'all. I'm in the house cooking, and I'm
going to be the problem. 3 testimonies, that's the problem. That's going to all come together like Voltron, okay? that's going to be compelling, right? So whoever these witnesses are, they're going to be compelling, right? So Cassie's going to be compelling. Even though we can talk about what we're talking about what she agreed to and what she didn't agree to, the fact of the matter is the testimony that Cassie makes is going to build and be compelling. Then the next person is going to build on that, and the next person is going to build on that. So there will be someone else coming. Okay. The Son of Cups. There's more news. But throughout all this, it's going to be bad for Diddy. But in the same token, what do you expect when you wrong people? Now, if he would have been loving on Cassie and not mistreating Cassie and abusing and being controlling of Cassie, Cassie would have been loving on him, doing freak offs and everything, and kept all his secrets.
His mother also supposedly knew about all of this and actually was participating, and I hear sometimes with him.
Oh, his mother's freaky.
It's supposedly that's actually his aunt and not his mama.
Remember that video of his mother talking about she felt well rejuvenated and stuff because they was taking the IV drips, right. And he was talking about how his mother can bend all the way down.
I think on that same live. On that same live, I think she wound up kissing him on the mouth, or they kissed.
Yeah,
yeah.
She was kissing. My bad, y'all. My bad. She was kissing on the mouth though, and then whole time like, girl. And this is that blonde wig. Why she keep wearing that blonde wig?
She's a natural blonde. What you mean?
That really look like a what is that? A fucking broomstick? She looked like a bag of McDonald's fries or something. I don't know.
That's her natural color, man.
Okay, it's tough from her scalp, huh? Like one of them old ladies that always want to go to church for that one wig. It'd be that one wig. But yeah, I think AD is three testimonies that's going to get him. Maybe her favorite wig colors and hairstyle.
They got a lot of evidence. I feel like they have enough evidence to get them together.
But it's 3 testimonies that's going to get it. And to be honest, it's not going to be all females. Like again, it's 2 females and 1 man that's really going to like push it. But then I'm going to ask this. How do you make it a RICO?
A RICO consists of what? Racketeering.
It got to match all criteria
that they can't find.
It's 5. I think it's 5 things. I forgot. I gotta look it back up. But it's 5. It's 5 things that makes it considered a RICO, and he actually has Young Thug's lawyer.
Now, his lawyer actually was a very good lawyer, but in order to get out of a situation like that, you have to have proof that everything is innocent until proven guilty in the courts, right? So you have to have proof that you actually did not do these things. And if you don't have any proof, and they have proof that you did do this, well, it's going to be kind of hard to beat them allegations.
But see, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like for right now, it looked more so of him being a fucked up domestic violent person. It doesn't sound like RICO yet. It sounds like 2 people. Girl, I am good. It sounds like 2 people that are very fucking toxic on drugs, and one person is controlling over the other and abusive over the other. And the other one is being a submissive. But it doesn't sound like RICO, and it don't really sound like sex trafficking to me if everybody that's doing this all want to do it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't sound like that yet, but I think it's about to start sounding like that. But for right now, it don't. I mean, is that fair?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm trying to catch my son while he climbing on top of stuff.
Oh, they want to know, does he think he'll get out of prison soon? Let me see. Does he think he's going to get out of prison soon? I mean, I don't know. I think he got a chance because he didn't take the plea deal, right, AD?
You think he's gonna take a plea deal?
No, he did not take a plea deal. They gave
Yeah, I
him a
mean,
plea deal.
since
He
it's
didn't
already
take it.
at trial, he has to stay until the trial is done. Who knows how
Yeah.
long the trial is gonna be.
Oh, that's AD. That's my girl.
That's my bestie. That's my in
Right.
real life, y'all.
Does he think he's gonna get out of prison? Does P. Diddy think he's gonna get out of this? 1, 2, 3. He like, I don't know when, I don't know how. I don't think he thinks he's necessarily going to get out of it. I think he gonna get caught up on something with this Hierophant in the reverse. He thinks the judge may not rule in his favor overall, but yet and still, he gonna try. I don't think he gonna. I don't know. He does. He's going to fight, but he do recognize that everything may not be moving according to how he wants to move it, and he feel like there needs to be more teamwork and effort on his defense team. I also feel like he probably want to be, when you're used to being the boss, I think it has trickled over to his defense team, his lawyers and stuff, and he scrutinizes them sometimes too. I think that, at the end of the day, he knows that he's going to be going down for something, but he feels like if he can help it, he ain't going down for everything. Okay? He said, my brother took his case to trial, and now his dumb butt doing 63 years. His release date is 2050. Goddamn. What is it, 2025 now? That's 25 more years. But he had hold on, wait. That's crazy. He won't be able to raise his daughter Love, and his other kids are grown adults. But see, here's the thing though. I believe he knows that he's probably going to get tripped up on something, but I know that he might not get guilty on. He feels like he's not going to be guilty on all charges. I mean, if you're not guilty on all charges, maybe you can work something out. You know what I'm saying? What do you think, AD? I think AD.
Maybe, I mean, they can work something out as far as reducing a sentence, but he's definitely getting jail time. That's how
For something. But it may not be for everything. Because they got to prove everything. And that's what he's banking on. He's banking on not being guilty of everything. Maybe being guilty of some things, but not everything. So if he got a chance to fight, I guess he felt like his odds are better fighting than just taking a plea. Oh, girl, let me tell you. You ready to talk about Tory, girl?
Come on, let's get to it.
Girl, okay, so Tory Lanez and his leprechaun ass is all up in the motherfucking jelly yard, right? He already, pushing his little media flying monkeys to talk about Tory is all right. Okay, good. Okay. So he been sitting there pushing, his little media flying monkeys to harass Megan and all this other stuff, right? You already know what he been on. So allegedly he got stabbed on schoolyard. Okay. They were saying that he got stabbed and he had to go to the hospital. And official King Payne said that he had exclusive saying that the reason why he got stabbed was because he owed some people and they was trying to get him to see. They didn't want to kill him. They just scared him, stabbed him up a little bit, but didn't kill him because they wanted him to know that money ain't everything. We don't want the money. We want what you owe us. You think that actually happened?
As far as the money, it's very possible. Some people are saying that Rock Nation has something to do with it.
But the people in the jail said that it was more so. You said I saw the man who did it to Tory. Oh damn. Okay, where you seen him at? Please let me know. I would drop the link, girl. Let me know. His lungs collapsed. Okay, I'm about to look. Y'all gotta tell me.
Allegedly,
I'm gonna drop this little link. I know one of y'all gonna tell me something. Tell me what had happened, because I just knew the tea from Official King Payne that the reason why they did it. Somebody tell me, hit my link and tell me, right? Because Official King Payne had some tea saying that he owed somebody in there. And I guess he felt like money can make the difference, but it's not about the money. Okay, ooh, Dominique coming on. Hold on, wait. Okay, I'm about to add Dominique to the stage. Okay, girl. Okay, Dominique? Hello? You're not muted or anything. I'm trying to see if she coming.
You want me to drop down?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Hey, girl.
Hi, Dominique.
So what had happened? What you know? Oh, I think she's doing something. But you ain't gotta drop down, AD. It can be 3 people up here. What happened? Like, okay, because that's what I heard from Official King Payne, though. So basically, Official King Payne was like, that's why that happened. And they said that he, like, they used the term served him. They served him good. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying stabbed.
Okay, my bad. They served him good. But it was 14 times, 4 on the torso, 2 in the back of the head, 1 on the side of his face, and I think 4 in the back.
What?
Yeah, and they said both his lungs collapsed, and he was up and talking in 24 hours. I watched like Grey's Anatomy. That's why I got my PhD degree from Grey's Anatomy.
What? I mean, well, shit. I know that's right. I got my criminal degree from from the ID channel. So I know something about something. I know about serial killers. But no, they said he got stabbed 14 times in the back of the head, collapsed lungs, and he up and talking now. You sure?
They say he in good spirits.
He in good spirits? Good spirits is different from being in good health.
I was like, good spirits. You just got stabbed. And they can't give him medicine because he's a inmate. So like you doing in good spirits, go to hell. I need to stop playing in our faces because that's what they're doing.
Yeah. So my whole thing is they tried to say it was Megan, huh? And Rock Nation, huh? It wasn't him up in that. It wasn't him up in that jail doing stuff.
Yeah, like, and then they said it was Kendrick Lamar people. I was like, y'all need to stop with this what you call it?
Conspiracy shit.
Yeah. Like that boy is on tour. He not worried about Leprechaun.
Okay, so what I really think is going on, here's what I think. Based on just him being in jail and him getting shanked up like that, I don't know. And then knowing that he got a temper too, I don't know what he been doing in that jail, but he must have rubbed somebody the wrong way. And if the info that I seen from OKP channel is correct, technically he been in that jail promising shit. I don't know. But why they gotta blame Megan though? Everything is Megan fault, huh?
because she's scapegoat for some
Mm-mm.
reason. And then the crazy thing about it is he not even in jail for shooting her. He's in jail because he's a fucking felon. I'm sorry for cussing. He's a felon and he had a gun.
I mean, tell the truth and blame shame the devil. What you think, AD? You get stabbed all them times, and all of a sudden you in good spirits. You ain't no goddamn good spirits.
It says he was stabbed 14 times, including 7 wounds to his back, 4 to his torso, 2 to the back of the head, and 1 to the left side of his face. Both lungs collapsed, and he was placed on a breathing apparatus. He is now breathing on his own, is what they're saying.
So, and that was supposed to be a lick, and they said they wasn't trying to kill him. That's a damn lie. That sounds like you trying to unalive.
Yeah, somebody seemed like somebody put a hit on him for something, and they trying to
Yeah,
cover it
no,
up
and
with
to
some
be
love.
honest, you don't never know in jail. A lot of people with money go in jail and think that they money talk, and it don't.
Yep, cause my you know the big brother I was talking about in the comments,
Mm-hmm.
like let me see, like 4 months ago he got stabbed in the face,
Mm-hmm.
and his dumb self, Lord, he's supposed to get out in 2032, cause
Mm.
he was in the old, you know, the old system where 1 year counts as 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
He thought it was a good idea to retaliate back when the dude stabbed him in the face. He ended up stabbing the other dude. Like he's so stupid. But they caught it on camera, and they
Oh.
added more time to his sentence. That's where 2050 come from.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got a stepbrother facing life. Well, not facing life, doing life. So because he's doing life, he don't mind doing all that stuff. I don't know. I guess he said since I'm in here, I might as well do the most. I ain't going nowhere.
But my mama would get calls. Well, she used to get calls when she was living. She used to get calls and be like, ma'am, can you talk to your son? Cause he running to prison. Like, like, nigga, you finna come home. Why you doing all this?
But you know what though? What I heard though, a lot of times, you know, when you close to getting out and other inmates know that you're close to getting out, they
Yeah,
would do stuff or like try to provoke you to make you get like another crime and you stay
right.
longer.
To put more charges on you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
the dude made up a whole story. My brother said he was on drugs. But he went on a whole spree talking about my brother raped his daughter. My brother been there since 2010. Well, '09.
Mm.
How he raped your 4-year-old daughter?
I mean, unless she was in the cell with him.
My brother's like he do drugs. I like, well, whatever they giving him, they better stop giving it to him, because I come up there and wreck some shit if something happened to my brother.
But I ain't gonna lie, that's the last thing you want to do when you in jail. You don't want to do no drugs in jail. And then to be more technical,
Yeah.
the fact that they coming in somebody's ass,
Wow.
because that's how they sneak it in.
Yeah, that's how
They
they stick
sneak
it
it in.
in.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not about to sit there and do no drugs from a drug mule, knowing damn well it was in his ass.
The guards give them stick drugs in it too.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, I had this dude I used to talk to named Man, and he was in jail for a brick. And he actually got one of the female guards pregnant. He got a whole baby mama.
Why I tell you, my brother used to have the guards calling my mama, and my mama be like, she be like, hey, mother-in-law. My mom be like, who are you? She's like, I'm
Mm-mm.
one of the prison guards at your son prison. Ma'am, you should be messing with my son.
Oh, your brother was out there still doing his thing. And no, them guards be dead serious. That's why when I be seeing them guards they make sure their hair is done, they got their lashes and their nails and stuff. I'm like, what you looking cute for? Why you going to the penitentiary looking this cute?
But they
You
say
supposed to be
the man's that's locked up got the best. You know what? I don't know.
First of all, you supposed to be looking like Cleo from Set It Off, just in case they trying to try you.
Right.
You supposed to be looking just as rough as them. You went there with lashes and shit talking about something. Go to your cell. Go to your cell. I don't understand that. But yeah. So what you think Tory was doing in there to get into the situation? Just to ask. What you think he was doing?
Thinking that he the tallest motherfucker in the world. He think he's six. I mean, he think he's 6'5". Boy, you 5. What is he? 5'3"?
He ain't tall. He ain't my height. He probably is 5'3".
Or 5'2", something. And he think he tough. Like he fake tough. Like you gotta go around hitting people and stuff. Like you don't gotta do that to just say you tough.
Nah, I don't know. I think it was the drugs. Because remember August Alsina said that he was smoking something and he could hear the popping sounds
Yeah.
in his weed before he went off on him. I think that he be getting high and he be snapping.
Yeah.
And he probably in there still getting high. Because when them celebrities, they get their little drug addiction and they go in jail. I mean, they go through withdrawals. Like, I don't know, like I know AD can tell you, but didn't Young Thug and them go through withdrawals?
Yeah, but okay. The thing about withdrawal is that they tend to because you're addicted to drugs or you're addicted to whatever, you tend to latch on to other things, right? So you notice how when people go to jail and they're on drugs, they come out a little bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because their addiction got to go somewhere. So maybe their addiction now is to make sure that they eat. Although I'm not saying that jail food is good, but I'm just saying that the addiction goes to something else, like because there's addictive behavior within that.
Yeah,
So
because
for the
Young Thug came in as Little Debbie and came out as Big Deborah.
Okay. I'm glad you explained it. Cause I was wondering, my big sister went to prison. Well, she had pregnant in prison, but that's another story for another day. But she was on drugs, right? And she was a little thing. When she came out, I was like, "What are they feeding you? You so thick."
Yep. So that and the fact that sometimes when you're on drugs too, you're not eating right. You know what I mean? For some people anyway, you're not eating properly. Or when you are trying to eat, you have so much in your system, like your body's not digesting it properly. So, you know, that weight gain can come from, okay, now that they're off drugs, their body is able to process the things that they're trying to put into them for nutrition. So could be that. just from me noticing things like, when you out here ripping and running and doing some of these things, like your body's not really processing what's going on. You know what I mean? As far as like the way that you try to eat anyway, to try and be healthy. So I don't know. I feel like maybe that's what it is.
It's either that or
I ain't trying to
what I
get too
really think.
technical because it's probably more to it than that. But yeah, I feel like
Matter
it's
of fact,
something
I
like
can do a reading and see what really happened. Y'all. Let me see something.
You know he don't got his security guard, the hat and stuff. So
Yeah, he on his own, and then all his little goons in Canada, right?
yeah,
So he in California
yeah.
in jail.
And he came out with a prison picture with red bandanas and stuff. Sir, You don't claim no sex, and you in California, sir.
Oh.
Hey Dazzle, and to Dazzle viewers, I want to thank y'all for having me on. Dazzle, I'm gonna have to drop down to your comments,
Go
okay?
ahead, drop down, AD. I
All
love
right,
you.
Hello,
y'all.
AD. Nice to meet you, AD.
All right, nice to meet you
But
too.
AD can still hear this. So was
Yeah.
he stabbed? Yes, he was stabbed. Okay, he was stabbed, and the dude feel like a few times now. And depending on how y'all say it, it could have hit. It almost could have hit something. And I think it was a bit of betrayal. I feel like there was a snake because there's a whole snake right here, and it's based on somebody said. Okay, it's based on what my okay. I don't know whether to call it he say she say or it's based on somebody around him listening what he's saying and going back and telling the people that he's talking about.
Okay, so he running his mouth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right here. The moon card is like deception and things like that. Things that's hidden, things that's going on. I feel like with all this being said, and then it's the devil in the reverse. Somebody wanted him to do something, or maybe he wanted someone else to do something. But based on what, if I'm going by the whole thing of what T-Pain, because official King Pain, he got somebody in jail to basically reach out to him that's in jail with Tory Lanez and say what was going on. If I'm going to loosely base it on that, he's not actually doing everything right in jail, right? So that means he's being mixed up with people, the wrong people. You can go to jail and you can sit there and focus yourself on different stuff. He's not just focusing on that. He's doing some other stuff, right? He's messing with the wrong people in jail. And it just so happens that one of the people that was around him while he talking shit about the people that he messing with, they went back and snaked him and told them people. So now it's more so of he's trying to figure out what happened, who was it, how did this happen like that. But in fact, there's a snake. So it makes sense. You need to stop messing with certain people. You need to, if you're gonna be in jail this whole time, he could be doing something else. He say that he's doing this and doing that. He need to actually be doing this and doing that. But I do feel like this is a wake-up call. He's going to know that he's in prison now. So he's about to disassociate from all those negative people. But yeah, he was messing with the wrong crowd in jail, child. And because you said it was a picture of him with the red bandana, was he trying to get into like some type of blood gang?
Yeah, I think so.
But was he talking about the people in the blood gang?
No, he. Hold on. Let me find this picture.
No, but what I mean is that was he talking mess? And we wouldn't know that, but was he talking mess about somebody?
It was a jail photo. It was him and some other inmates.
Mm-hmm. It makes sense because this whole heart is blood. It's bloody right here. So maybe he ended up trying to be with some type of gang in jail. But he talking this about somebody in that affiliation. Maybe he was talking mess. Maybe it's somebody that's close by him in jail that went back and told whoever what he was saying. So really, this ain't got nothing to do with no Megan. Nothing to do with Megan at all.
They're gonna blame her for everything. Every time something happens to that dude, good or bad, Megan did it. It's
Mm-hmm.
Megan's fault.
Child, everything is Megan's fault. His height is Megan's fault, girl.
Yeah, I just saw something on Shade Room, and people were talking about, no, the neighborhood talk. Why we can't cancel Megan, and why we can't cancel her music?
For what?
Because of Tory's in jail.
I mean, well, why can't we? Can't I mean that shit is just wild to me because at some point, at shit, this shit just stupid. I don't know what else to say, girl. I'm like, at some point, y'all gotta understand that
Go to neighborhood talk, please.
Oh my god, let me see something. I'm about to go look at the neighborhood talk.
They put the person who stabbed him.
Oh, let me see something. Neighborhood talk. They just so mad. Oh, that's who's. Oh, that nigga look. This man look gang affiliate.
Right.
Who prisoner who allegedly stabbed Tory is serving a life sentence for murder. This isn't his first time attacking another prisoner. Oh. But I mean, that's a do boy then. Technically, that's a do boy. And they're all mad at Megan. So my son, I always wondered why Rihanna, Drake, and many A-list celebrities unfollowed Megan Thee Stallion.
They doing the same thing to Holly Bailey. Like this whole generation. I mean, this whole generation and stuff is messed up. Like, how y'all supporting abusers, but y'all cut it short when it's R. Kelly and stuff. But it's okay for men to hit people or abuse them.
I'm really trying to figure out, like, the obvious is that you're in jail with killers, robbers, liars, rapists. You're in jail with all these people. And it's like a compression tank, right?
Right.
Do you think that you really need Megan Thee Stallion as the reason? You don't need Megan Thee Stallion as the reason. Look like it could have been any reason.
Right. It could have been any reason. And you know he act tough. So it could be that too.
This is weird. But that man look gang affiliated. He in jail.
That man crazy. He doing life sentence.
I mean, there's a lot of people doing life for murder. He ain't got nothing to lose. Somebody done told him do that, and so he did that. That's what it sounds like to me. That don't sound like, hey everyone, make sure you like, okay, no wonder, wow, Chris Brown. No, it's not Chris. Oh, well, he looked like a crackhead Chris Brown. Let me see. Let me see something. This is what he looked like, y'all. That's the dude. And he Latino, from what it appears. So
I'm pretty sure Latino got gangs in LA.
I'm gonna ask this: was this a hit? I already know somebody snaked him, so I already know it was kind of sort of orchestrated. So I'm gonna ask: was it a hit? Did
Rock Nation. Because
Did
that's what they.
Santino Casio, was he ordered to stab Tory Lanez? 1, 2, 3. The sun comes up. The star. The devil in the reverse tells me someone told him to do it. Okay. He was ordered to do that, girl. And he wanted attention. That dude wanted attention too.
Okay, quick question. Can you ask that Rock Nation have anything to do with it?
Did Rock Nation tell Santiago, what's his name again? Did Rock Nation tell this man that's not on death row, that's facing the light, Santino Casio? Did Rock Nation get Santino Casio to stab Tory Lanez? 1, 2, 3. That's Daystar right there. The Ace of Wands is in the reverse, and the Six of Pentacles. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you.
No lie. Tell the truth.
Okay, the Sun card can be Daystar, right? Because that's the Sun. He's a Leo. That's him. Right now, it's the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I don't think it was in that way. But the fact that the Six of Pentacles is here. Girl, why am I feeding conspiracy?
I don't think you will.
You know what it really is?
Yeah.
I think Rock Nation, because it's the Six of Pentacles, but it's being looked at like this, I think Rock Nation is behind the legal stuff.
The legal stuff?
Mm-hmm. I think Rock Nation, because it has the strength card right here too. I think Rock Nation knows that they can do something to Tory Lanez if they really wanted to, but they're practicing restraints.
Okay.
And I do feel like some of the stuff that's happening to Tory Lanez is via Rock Nation because it's by way of Megan Thee Stallion. I feel like Megan Thee Stallion is this woman holding this lion, which is Rock Nation. And the whole time this woman is telling this lion how she wants it to move and if she feels whatever. But the whole time, I don't really genuinely feel like it's all Rock Nation. To be honest, I feel like it's a petty dispute in jail. But on the legal side, Rock Nation is tearing that ass up. Rock Nation about to make sure Milagro Grams gets sued. Rock Nation made sure that he got that restraining order. Rock Nation's going to also make sure everything else happens legally. But in this particular situation, no. I don't know. That's how I kind of feel. What you think?
About Rock Nation?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm sick of hearing about Rock Nation for real.
They want Rock Nation to be something so bad.
So girl, so bad. Every time I look around, Rock Nation did that. She only got a career now because of Rock Nation.
No, she has a career because people want to listen to her.
And I keep on telling them for 1,000 times, Megan is not signing Rock Nation. That's her manager.
Don't she got like a distribution deal with her?
Yes, she
like
independent. Yes, she got with Warner Brothers.
I think Tory just need to actually, this should be an eye-opening film. So people gotta adjust in jail, right? You know, your first few years, you're going to have this persona. You know, the first year or whatever, you're going to have this persona, right? But during time, like during actual time, you have to change.
Yeah. You can't be doing the
You're
same
not
thing
Tory
forever.
Lanez, the singer, rapper. You are an inmate. And to be honest, when it comes to celebrity and money, you could be a target. So the best thing to do is keep yourself occupied. Don't get into the politicking of the penal system. Don't feed the animals at the zoo. My father always told me, don't feed the animals. As in, like, if you move somewhere, don't feed the animals. Don't feed the animals at the zoo in the penitentiary. That's what that is. So I don't think he got stabbed because of Rock Nation. He got stabbed because he was dealing with shit and doing shit. But
What
yeah.
he shouldn't not be what he should not be doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like
It's sad.
I sometimes don't understand people. I don't understand my brother either. I be telling him, why you can't go sit in confinement? You sit in that
Who
little
wants
pen.
to in confinement though? Man, I'm not gonna hold you. My stepbrother hate going in the hole or in confinement, whatever.
I need my brother to go in the hole because he got a temper.
It be driving his ass crazy.
And I need him to stay there.
Yeah.
Tell him they can come and take you outside and stuff. And
No,
get
he just need to find his peace. That's what you got to do. You got to find his peace.
Not when you're in there trying to run the prison.
No,
and
that's
they
what
keep
I'm
on
saying.
sending you out.
He got to find his peace. He got to focus on something else. You know, some people go to prison and focus on being the cafeteria staff. You know what I'm saying? Some people go to prison and focus on school, religion, getting acquitted, something. You know, they gotta focus and they gotta stay with that focus or they're gonna go crazy. He just gotta find a focus.
Good luck for me helping him find focus, cause he don't listen. And we both Virgos, and like his birthday September the 18th, Mass the 22nd of September, and we clash. He was like, "You getting on my nerves." I was like, "Bitch, you getting on my nerves? Always complaining, like you don't listen. I'm your big brother. I tell you what to do. No, you don't. And I'm your little sister. For some reason I gotta raise you too, with your mama."
It be like that sometimes. You know, my brother, since my mom been sick, my brother he been a certified jerk. Matter of fact, I tell you, my brother's the middle child. My sister's the oldest and I'm the youngest. Ever since my mom's been sick, man, I tell you this, it was his birthday, right? Yeah. And me and my sister texted him happy birthday. He was like, fuck both of you bitches. Because he's mad because we didn't put a plug on my mama.
Oh, why he want her to go like that?
Because he hates to see her.
Oh, me and him will have beef. We gonna be forever.
Nah, he's hurting right now. So that's what that is.
Okay.
So, you know, it's a whole because it happened
family
when it
drama.
happened, and it's like it's a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying. Instead of him just coming to
Yeah.
Jesus and understanding, nah, he mad, he big mad. So he mad at me and my sister, really my older sister, because she had more say so, and now she has like she went to court and got she became my mom's proxy and guardian or whatever.
I know my brother in prison, and my auntie raised us, and we call her mama. That's our mama, cause like she did everything for us. Like since we came in this world, she wanna been there.
Mm-hmm.
He used to call and be like, her. I don't care, like F her. And when I called the jail and told her she passed, it was like, nigga, do you say F her?
Mm. But that hurt him though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means the stuff that he's saying he ain't really thinking about.
Yeah, yeah. He told me I didn't mean like that. Yeah, you did. You meant it. You said
You
what you
remember the
said.
movie Imitation of Life?
Yeah,
It was something like that.
yeah.
Yeah. But look, girl, it's almost 2 hours and we've been on here talking. I love the fact that you came on and talked to me because I see you in my love. You be out here supporting me, and I'm so happy that you even popped up. Oh my God, I love it. And you know, I be telling people, but look, I got one of those schedules that look a little weird. I work 6 days, and
It's
I can't
okay.
tell you exactly when I'm going to be off, but I'm going to try to adhere to every live I do. Okay.
Okay.
And I can't wait to see you on my next live because I don't
Okay.
want to do uploads no more. I just want to go live and talk
Uh,
shit and do my readings and stuff. But this,
okay.
no, for real, I really do appreciate you coming over.
Thank you.
And we got in whole time. I think I got other topics that you'll be interested in that you probably want to come up on. That's a little different. So thank you, and
Can
look
we
out for
please?
those topics too.
Can
Oh
you
my
please
God.
add DDG and Halle Bailey?
Oh yes, that can be the next conversation because I seen that mess going on. AD was telling me about it, but I already told her I was just gonna do like 2 topics or whatever. But we got to talk about that
Okay.
because that's a hot mess. That's a hot mess too, and I like the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, but what you call it? He was putting out a front, like you could see right through him. He's abusive.
Mm.
Like any person that been like in an abusive situation or something, you could see a narcissistic person when you see one, and he
Yeah, you
won.
can see the narcissistic traits.
Yeah, he won. He just had it better.
Yeah, you know what? That's gonna be a good conversation. So I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I know I got like I got a client I gotta do a reading for. So after I get off work and I do a reading for her, I'm gonna try to do this live. So and we can talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
So that'll be a good thing, right?
All
So
right.
let's do that, girl. But I love y'all for real, and thank you for coming on. And we got to be out.
All right. Good night.